problem. Their officials did. And I hope they hold them accountable.
Well, we hope this doesn't go that far. It doesn't go to court. Because should you win and you have a right to do what you're doing, it will only be on the heads of the town taxpayers.
That would be a shame. I agree with you entirely. I don't want to see that happen. I mean, I have to protect Mr. DeCharo's rights. He's done absolutely nothing wrong. Unfortunately, many local officials often lose sight of the fact that property owners have a right to use their property in whatever manner they see fit. And that right is actually protected by the U.S. Constitution. And yeah, you may be a town board and you have certain powers, but those powers are constrained by a property owner's rights under the Constitution. And even local zoning attorneys often don't stand up for their rights because they're either afraid of the local town officials or they don't recognize what a property owner's rights are. Zoning applications are actually protected by the First Amendment to the Constitution, which is one of the bases for this federal lawsuit.
How long do you think that this will take to get to court before the...
I would imagine in a case like this in the Southern District, it's filed in the United States District Court in the Southern District. A trial on this case could be as soon as a year and a half. But hopefully, perhaps somebody approaches us, maybe the new town supervisor approaches us and tries to work something out. Because the truth is, I don't want to litigate this case. I'm an attorney. I'll make money litigating this case. But I don't want to punish the residents of Yorktown. They haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah, I've said it before. I've said it from the very beginning, and I've said it in the newspaper article, and I'll say it here again. I am willing to discuss this with the town whenever they'd like. All they have to do is pick up the phone. They know how to reach me. But with the exception of Mr. Peters, who did actually is the only official, it might have been prior to when he was elected, who actually came to visit the facility. No one else has. But the invitation is still open. If they're willing to come and talk to us, they know how to reach Andrew, and we can try to work this out. But because I've been put in this situation, I just want to be very clear that my objective is to open. And if they want to fight, I have the wherewithal and the patience to go as long as they'd like. However, I hope that someone would be smart enough to pick up the phone and call Andrew, and we can see if we can make something happen. So and that would be good for everyone.
So to date, nobody has?
No one has contacted us. Okay. Correct.
In your files, you mentioned that whether it's the town, I think you went through county, even the state, lost files. How can all three...
It's remarkable. It's absolutely remarkable.
I can understand maybe one entity losing your file or misplacing or erasing, but all three.
Well, actually two. Yeah. Actually two. The town and the state lost files. The county gave us everything.
The county gave you.
All right, so how do you know that these files, so that the folks out there know from the town, aren't available and or deleted, if you're able to reveal that to the people of Yorktown?
It's very simple. I went to the town hall with a Freedom of Information request. Okay. I was with someone accompanied me there at those meetings. When I asked for information, I was specifically told, I won't mention names, that some information was sensitive and needed to be removed, and they removed that stuff in front of me, and then I had to come back the next day to pick up those copies. Up at the supervisor's office, I asked for some very specific information regarding the communication between the town and the county regarding the agriculture district. And I was told by an employee that Linda Cooper had deleted those files from the computer. And I looked at the directory with this person. I was right over the shoulder while they looked at them. Then when we went and did the Freedom of Information request with the county and received those files, that included the letters that the town had sent to the county. So it's not only that they did it in front of me, but we also have the physical letters that were sent.
I know how to use the FOIL request, because I had made a FOIL request myself on another industry in this town, which I don't want to get into. But,
almost as interesting was the state.
It really boggles the mind how even with a FOIL request, sometimes you don't get the information that you want.
Well, he had also served a FOIL request on the New York State Liquor Authority. And when he served the FOIL request, he was contacted by the State Liquor Authority, who said that they couldn't give him some of the communications because they were sensitive. And Mr. DeCharo said, wait a minute, there's freedom of information law. You have to give me this stuff. Absolutely. You have to give it to me. So after this conversation, 5 days later, he receives an email from the State Liquor Authority, and it's in the complaint, which says, the file's gone missing. We can't find it. Now, viewed in isolation, I might think, okay, the State Liquor Authority made a mistake. They misplaced the file. But now you have the town clerk physically removing all communications from the town to the county or the state. You then have Linda Cooper deliberately deleting the files in a file on their computer hard drive that says Old Stone Church. It's all gone. And by sheer coincidence, the State Liquor Authority, 5 days after telling us they can't give us the letters, the whole file disappears. Amazing coincidence. I don't know what happened, but if this lawsuit does not get resolved, I assure you I will find out exactly what happened and exactly who's responsible.
My question as a constituent in this town, and for the folks out there that are listening, what possible agenda, what is it, and I ask this as a constituent, what is it that this town board, these allegations, why would they do all this when you, as I read through all your papers, had all your ducks in order? Everything was approved, everything was yay, 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 rah, rah, rah. What do you think personally, in your opinion, it could be an agenda for our town board as taxpayers? We would be interested in you answering.
You can give me your answer in a minute, but you only have a couple of minutes left.
You know, that's a question I'd like to ask them myself.
Okay.
I don't. I mean, I know a lot of people are both anonymously coming forward and with similar situations. Andrew's been contacted, and I know the newspapers have been contacted. This is a widespread problem. However, because my project is so visible in the public eye, I guess this has sort of brought it to the surface. You know, Pandora's box has been opened. As I said before, I want the people of Yorktown need to understand what's going on. As a matter of fact, I'm going to publish the entire complaint with all the supporting evidence on the internet so that they can read for themselves. The people of Yorktown have a right to understand what I'm alleging because I take very seriously what I alleged. You know, this is not stuff I made up. This is all backed by information. So and you've read it,
right?
You know.
Yeah, I've read all through it. So, when will you have that information available to the people out on the internet?
Within the next several days, I will have that available on the internet. It'll be at the winery at stgeorge.com website.
Okay.
That would include the Palmetto affidavit.
It would include the Palmetto affidavit and all of the supporting documentations, along with the 85-page complaint. And if you have the time, I suggest you read it or peruse it, just so you can see what we're talking about here.
We appreciate that. We really do. And we appreciate you for coming on the show.
And again, I want to thank you, gentlemen, for coming on the show. And in fairness to the people involved, the Senior Forum is inviting you to come on the show and state your case before the people, because the people have a right to know. And we intend to get at the truth on all this. And gentlemen, thank you very much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
And I wish you all the luck in the world.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure meeting you.
Just leave the town people alone.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Don't worry. We'll help.
Thanks for coming. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, and be sure to watch every Friday at 5:30 on Channel 74, the Seniors Forum, because we're here looking out for you. And Kathy, I think we had something. Do we have something?
Yeah, just a quick announcement. I don't know if we have time. Senator Leibel, the good news is, has given us $250,000 for the new senior center. So we want to thank him. He's a man of his word. I asked him at the inaugural ball to show me the money, and he has.
And yes.
And we are very, very pleased with him. So
and thank you publicly, Senator Leibel. On the seniors, don't we have any meetings or anything that coming up?
No, but I'll get back to them on the agenda. I'll get to them.
Good. Thank you very much again for watching. Until next week. And the 9:30. Be sure to watch the UTY program on 9:30 on Fridays, and then you have my producer's show, Dennis Tate, on Cars and Us. It follows at 10 o'clock. So be sure to watch all three. Thank you for watching, and again, and good evening.